Привет, друзья! Как дела? My name is Fedor, and for you to sound like a native, you don't always have to learn these long words. Взаимодействие, противостояние, противодействие. All of these long words. We, as natives, use small ones, small words that carry a lot of meaning. So today, we will learn 10 of those words that you can use today that are small in volume or in size, but are huge when it comes to meaning. The first one is some. Some means by yourself or by oneself. Some. And it's used when you say, oh, I'm gonna do it myself. I don't need your help. For example, a mom in the kitchen. She asks for help. Hey, do this, do that. But kids are messing up. So she is finally done with all of this and says, я сама все сделаю. I'll do everything myself. Я сама все сделаю. See that some changed into сама here because now it's feminine. Some has 4 forms. Some, сама, само, and сами for all genders. Masculine, feminine, neuter, and plural. Just for your reference. Next phrase is, actually let's start here. You probably already know how to say I have something, which is у меня есть. But how do you say I don't have something? We say у меня нет. У меня нет is not a common thing to learn for learners because we typically say, I have this, I have that. But to say I don't have, it's not so intuitive as to adding не before a verb. Here we have to replace a whole verb altogether and now it becomes у меня нет. A common thing that we can all say sometimes is у меня нет денег. I don't have money. У меня нет денег. Next word is зачем. And зачем means for what. It's not the same as to say почему, which means why. Зачем is more like what's the outcome of your actions? What are you looking to get from this? Why did you do this? Meaning, what are you looking to get out of this action? I can say зачем ты пришел? Why did you come? Зачем ты пришел? What is the reason or what is the outcome that you're looking to get? What are you looking to get out of coming here? Зачем ты пришел? What did you come here for? Like that. These 3 words that we have learned so far, as you can see, can be used in a variety of different contexts and you can use them right now for your own Russian as well. But for you to learn words from reading stories, check out our Be Fluent class with the first link in the description. We've just posted a whole bunch of stories that you can read and learn words from. First, you click on the story that you like. First, you read the text. Then you answer questions to see if you understood the text or not. And then me and you, we're gonna break down this text into all individual words, what they mean, what kind of phrases they have, and all of that. So it's a more fun to learn from authentic Russian stories. And we have all kinds of levels for all different learners. If you're a beginner, you'll find A1 level stories. If you're more intermediate, we have B1 and B2 for you. And it's all going to be available with the link in the description. A more authentic, more natural way to learn new words. But now let's move on with this text, with this list of words that we have for today. Next one is может. Может is used in many different ways, but I'll focus on questions, when asking questions or suggesting something. Может means maybe or should we. So here's one example. Может он опаздывает? Maybe he is late. Может он опаздывает? We're asking a question. Maybe he's not here because he's late. He's gonna arrive, but he's just simply late. So может will ask that maybe. Is he? So we're asking a question. Maybe he's late with this может. But if you want to suggest something, you can say может пойдем домой? Should we go home? Maybe we go home? Like that. So as you can see, in this sentence, может is translated as should we? Right? You're proposing something. Maybe it's best for us to go home. This party is boring. Let's go home. Next verb doesn't have any true equivalent in English. The verb is общаться. And общаться can be translated as to talk or to communicate, but it's deeper than that. Общаться is not just to talk, to have a dialogue. It's more like to keep in touch and to understand that person through a conversation, I would say. So it's like to keep in touch with your classmate on a daily basis, but you're talking about deeper issues, deeper problems, their secrets. You share your secrets, they share their secrets with you, things like that. So общаться, I would say, is to communicate or to keep in touch on a deeper level. I can say, Мы часто с ним общаемся. We often communicate with him, meaning we often talk on important topics and I understand where his head is and he understands where mine is. Things like that. So it's a bit more deeper, a bit deeper than a regular to talk or to have a conversation. Next word is just as useful, and it's a small one. Вроде. Вроде means, in fact, it doesn't have any actual meaning, but вроде kind of can mean I think. So вроде is used when you are not sure. When you're not sure that you're correct and what you're saying is 100% true. I can say, он вроде тебе написал. I think he messaged you. Он вроде, so without вроде, он тебе написал is a fact. He messaged you. But вроде is used to add that level of uncertainty. I think he messaged you. But the difference between I think and вроде is that вроде doesn't have any kind of mental attribute to it. It doesn't have I think, if I remember, none of those. Вроде is simply like a word that just simply injects uncertainty. But it's not attached to any person's mental abilities, if that makes sense. Next phrase is ну что ж. Ну что ж is not understood separately. The whole thing means alright, let's go on to something else. So ну что ж can be used like this. Imagine there's a TV show. And they say, okay, guest number 1 is a comedian. Guest number 2 is an actress. They talk, but then the host goes, ну что ж, давайте начнем. Alright, let's begin. So, ну что ж, this first part means, okay, let's reel it back in. Let's bring it all together. Let's go further. It doesn't have any actual meaning. Each word doesn't mean anything by itself. It simply means, alright. So, let's kind of bring it down and move on to something else. So it's used to gather people's attention and to switch to a different topic. Ну что ж, you can use it when you want to get to the point of something, or you want to move on to something else and say, ну что ж, and then you say whatever else. Like that. I hope I'm making sense. I hope that you can use it now in your own sentences as well. Next one is даже. Даже does have a direct translation and it means even. And даже is used in both positive and negative sentences. I can say, он даже мне не позвонил. He didn't even call me. Он даже мне не позвонил. Let's say I'm sick and I'm expecting my best friend to call me and check up on me, right? So this frustration that I have with him that he didn't call me, I can express with this даже in the sentence. Он даже мне не позвонил. He didn't even call me. Like that. That is going to simply kind of make it more emotional, I guess. But a positive sentence can be the same thing. I'm sick. And I can say, моя подруга даже купила мне цветы. My friend even bought me flowers. Okay? So it's a positive now sentence. She even bought me flowers, right? So it's not the same negative anymore. It's now positive, but I didn't expect her to do that. So I'm saying даже to say even. It's actually a direct translation from even. He didn't even call me. She even brought me flowers. Like that. Used in the same exact way. Next phrase is к сожалению. And к сожалению is something that students learn a whole bunch. К сожалению, which means unfortunately. The hardest part about this word is the pronunciation. The first two letters, кс, к сожалению. The кс is the hardest part, so we can focus on that in this video. Кс, к сожалению, like that. So there's no pauses, there's no к сожалению, it's к сожалению. All together, к сожалению, like that. Maybe if this is hard for you, practice the first 3 words. Кса, like that. Adding that vowel to it will force you to speed up the pronunciation. Кса, к сожалению. But the very last word doesn't have any pronunciation difficulties, and that is ладно. Ладно means alright, okay. Ладно can mean 2 things primarily. Number 1 is when you agree, but you are kind of soft agreeing to say, alright, let's do it. Hey, let's go to the movies. Ладно, alright, let's do it. You don't strongly agree with them, but you kind of like mellow, okay, whatever. Ладно. Or another very common way to use this ладно is in a conversation, when you want to finish it off. Ну ладно. Well, alright. Let's say our goodbyes. Ладно, давай, пока. Alright, goodbye. Like that. I guess the same thing in English. We can say, alright, let's go. But then also at the end of the phone call, alright. And you put your phone down, right? Same exact thing. In Russian works in the same exact way. Now you know 10 words or phrases that will help you Russian by a whole bunch. Keep on learning Russian with these stories that I have just described. Unlock all kinds of stories for all the levels on top of the courses and materials and Russian shows and movies and all of that. And you can also watch this next video on YouTube right now as well. It's up to you.